Yes, sir.
Anyone can reply in the chat box, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, welcome all of you to this session of 3C formula to crack IIT. So, I will just take a few moments to introduce our speakers for today. So, we have Amarsh with us. He has studied in Chaitanya. Amarsh has scored AIR 54 in KVPY exam actually. And also he has scored a very good rank in IIT that was 545 All India rank.
Hello.
So, and also we have with us Prashant. Prashant has studied in Narayana. He has been an NTSC state first in 2017. Also he has TS EAMCAT and also AP EAMCAT, and the ranks were 395 and 290 respectively in the year 2019. And also we have with us Mr. Gajendra Nath sir. He is an associate professor in IIT Hyderabad. He has done his PhD and now he is serving as a professor in that institute. So we welcome all three of our speakers today for this session, 3C formula to crack IIT. So I may request Gajendra Nath sir to start with the PPT. Yeah, friends. So I think Amarsh and Prashant, they can start first, and then in the end, Gajendra sir will address us. So Amarsh.
Yes, sir. Prashant is going to start.
Everyone can see my face, right?
Yes,
sir. Prashant.
Yes, we can see.
Yes. I'm pressing it. Everyone can see the slides.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And
Yes, sir.
you guys have any goal in your life? Have you thought of anything in life? What?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Prashant, you're audible.
Here, 3C formula to crack IIT. It's not just intended to IIT aspirants all the way. Here, the foundational knowledge we give can be applied to any field you go, any competitive field. IIT is the most prestigious I'm getting muted every time I speak.
Yes, Prashant. Actually, because everyone is speaking, so I just did mute all. But now you can go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everyone keeps saying that I want to get into IIT. It's a small goal, but no one really knows the proper steps to get into there. And even the material foundation to get into there, like getting into Chaitanya or Narayana, and they give all the foundational and material way to get into an IIT. But the key things, not only to just get into IIT, but it can be applied anywhere. Here we'll teach you. IIT mainly gives you a prestigious degree along with lot of opportunities added in your life. With an IIT degree, many of you might change an option and might get into different goals and streams in your life. But IIT, this journey is what you love. Let's get ahead. You might be knowing all these famous personalities. They all share a common link. They are all from IIT. Someone is scribbling over there. Yeah, okay. And if you want to see yourself among them, don't you want to see? Okay. Amash, you can continue. Now Amash will continue.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Amar, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm visible also. I can't see myself actually. Am I visible also?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, okay. So, hi, this is Amash. I'm studying in IIT Hyderabad and I took AI course. So yeah, I came from Chaitanya actually. So from in 8th class I joined Chaitanya and yeah, okay, fine. You wanted out what is IIT. IIT is the Indian Institute of Technology. So it is the most prestigious college in India and it's very well known worldwide. And I think it's like 300 rank internationally, but yeah, it's very prestigious. And to enter IIT, there's an exam called JEE Mains and Advanced. So they are one of the most like they're very tough exams, and you need to prepare very well to enter it. And studies is not the only thing which is required for us to enter into IITs. Like to prepare for the exam, you need a lot of basic fundamental foundations, and you need to have discipline, passion, motivation, and everything like this. So we are here to help you learn those other foundational topics which will help you crack JEE. So yeah, so we'll begin. And about myself is, I just joined. I was in a CBSE school till 8th class. In 8th class, I joined Chaitanya because I felt that I didn't want to lead a normal life. I just wanted to be someone who's different from most of the people. Like we see many people normally on the roadsides or in shops and other places, but I felt that I should be someone different, or I wanted to do something for the nation. So for that, I prepared for IIT. So just to prepare for IIT, I joined Chaitanya. And in 11th and 12th, there's a batch called China batch. Okay, so now it is not there, but China batch is the batch which is the combination of Chaitanya and Narayana. So it's the top batch in the country. So I studied there in 11th and 12th, and then yeah, I got selected for IIT. So yeah, that's my story, and I just finished my first year. I'm entering my second year. So yeah, that's about me, and we can continue. So yeah, many people say that dream is IIT, but what do you mean by dream? My batch name, it's artificial intelligence batch. Or my 11th batch is China batch, okay? CHAINA. My 8th class batch is Chaitanya. And yeah, now it's like IIT Hyderabad. Artificial intelligence is my batch course now. So yeah, I can see here, dream IIT. So everyone in your age or my age, like from 5th class, I wanted to join IIT, like you guys. So yeah, I was like, my dream is IIT. But what do you mean by dream? Okay. So Abdul Kalam made a statement that dream is not what you see in sleep. It's what doesn't let you sleep. So I think you all know this dialogue already, but yeah, it's very important to keep in your mind. Yeah. So many people, they feel that, okay, fine, it's my dream. It is my dream, but they keep saying it, but no one like works towards it. Okay. You won't get anything if you don't work towards it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm telling you now only, IIT is not easy. It's really, really tough. And I had to do a lot of sacrifices. My school timings were like morning 6 o'clock to night 10:30. So I used to sleep for only 4 hours a day. And the whole other day like 20 hours I was almost reading continuously. But it's worth it actually. So many people will be like, oh, IIT, it's not my cup of tea or something like that. But everyone can dream about it. But to get into it, you need to put a lot of effort. And what type of effort you have to put? Let's see. Yeah, we can go to the next slide. Yeah. Okay, so well begun is half done. So if you want to complete something, at least you should start it, right? So at least when many people don't even have the motive to start, and once you start it, it's half done. So the other part is just continuing it. So many people don't have the initiative to start something. And if they don't start it, obviously they cannot complete it, right? Yeah. So that's what the statement means. So if you really want to get into IIT, start aiming for it. Start understanding what you need to do, where you are, understand your positions from now, and keep a goal for it. And you guys are like from 5th to 8th, so you don't put that much pressure or stress in anything. Just enjoy enjoy yourself for now, but keep it in your mind that you have to prepare for IIT, and just follow what you're going to say afterwards. Yeah. So next slide. Yeah. Okay. So I know there are many steps towards success, and it's not an escalator, right? Many people will always say this. There are steps towards success, and you should climb each step by step. So if you try to jump 2 steps, you just fall down and go back to the start and get hurt also, which we don't want. So yeah, there are some steps towards IIT, and now what I'm going to say is especially for IIT, but you can use it for your own life now. So from now, follow these points which I'm going to say, so that it will be helpful for you afterwards. So after you go to after you start preparing for IIT from 8th or 9th or 10th, it's up to you. Then also you'll get used to following these things. Yeah. So okay, if you want, you can write these down, because they're not going to appear on the slides. I just made these points to tell you guys, and these things which I followed, which helped me a lot. So yeah, you're gonna write it down, right? Okay, fine. So okay, is it still breaking? Prashant, is my voice audible?
Yeah, it's audible.
Yeah, it's not
audible,
breaking, right?
Anush.
Yeah, okay,
No.
fine. Yeah, okay, good. So yeah, I wrote down some tips to tell you. You can call me Anna, okay? I'm just a senior to you. I'm not a sir. And Prashant is also, he's my classmate. So yeah. So we wrote down some points which we want to tell you, and you can just implement them in your life. Just write them down, not on the screen, like some people are doing. Just write it down on a piece of paper and keep following them, okay? So the first thing is, don't run behind marks. Like when I was small, the only one thing I used to know is get good marks, be the topper of the class. But I never understood the real reason. Like I used to be like, okay, fine, get the first rank, and you'll be awesome. You'll be the best person in the class, and your parents will be happy with you. But that's not sufficient. The main thing is learning concepts. So there'll be two types. One type, the first type is they'll keep on mugging up stuff. They'll just open the textbook and they'll start mugging up everything. They just mug up and they'll write in the exam and they'll get good marks. The second type of people is the ones who understand the concept properly. Like understanding the concept means you just understand what is happening. Okay. Like if there's something happening, just don't mug it up. Just understand what is going on, what you can learn from it. And if you did not understand it, talk to the teachers. So yeah, then you will learn more. And for IIT also, the 100% most important thing is concept. That's where most of the people lack. That's why IIT is tough. The problem is people don't want to learn the concept because they feel that they know everything. But that's not the fact. Like many people, they keep hearing the same word. Okay, you know the word patience. You know what it means. But some people might not know what it means. They keep on hearing the word patience. They'll think that they know what it means because hearing it those many times. Just like that, when it comes to concept, try to read and understand properly. And read your textbooks properly. That's more than sufficient for now. Okay, read the textbooks properly, understand it, and write. And some other things are consistency. So yeah, be consistent in your preparation. Every day, keep studying. Don't just study before the exams, or don't just bunk the classes and stuff. Be consistent every day, and have motivation. Self motivation is important. Okay, and don't get motivation from outside. Like I'm going to give you motivation now. Then after some time, you're going to sleep and wake up, and you're going to forget it. So that's not what is going to happen. Try getting motivation from inside, and have passion towards studies. I know it's tough to say what passion is. Like get passion on your own, but try working hard. Then you'll get more. Try studying and try going through the subjects, talking with your teachers, friends about subjects. Then you can improve your passion. And the last thing is please interact with your teachers. That's the most important thing, and that's how I came this far. I'm an average student. Okay, I was not as smart as the other IITians, or I was a normal average kid, but because of my hard work, I came here. And yeah, so talking with the teachers is important. Please, if you have a doubt, talk with them. If you have a doubt, you can ask me. I'll tell you when to ask me. But yeah, and if you ask your teacher a doubt, now you might be a fool for like 3 seconds. But if you do not ask your teacher, then you'll be the fool for the rest of your life. So yeah, it's up to you to choose when you're going to be a fool. And yeah, that's it. And just follow those principles and do not write on the screen. Then then you're going to get into IIT. And there are like the main 3 tips is 3 C's. The first C is competence, and that's Prashant is going to talk about it now.
And also, I want to share something. These art and artistic skills can be shown elsewhere, not here. And this can be encouraged if it is done on paper or something, not here, please. And let's dive into 3 C's formula. One of the main C is competence. Competence is not like competition or something. Competence here mainly means bringing out the best version of yourself. And by being the best version of yourself, I mean by following the further principles. I guess many of you know who this personality is. Can you guess who this is? Yeah, it's Arjuna, as most of you think. You know what? It's a test actually. Can anyone know what this test is about? It's in the early stages. Dronacharya, the teacher of all the Pandavas and Kauravas, wants to test all them who are eligible for archery, and he wants to test them. So he asked everyone to shoot the eye of a bird, wooden bird, on a tree. And he asked before shooting them, what you see? Each one of the Pandavas replied different, as each one has their own individuality. Bhima said he's seeing some fruits nearby trees, and some other says leaves and trees there, and there's by with bird. But when this same question is asked to Arjuna, he replied, I can see the eye of the bird, only the eye of the bird. That's concentration and focus on your goal. Focus on one task is very important. If you want to complete a task, focus on it completely, not multitask, not try to multitask it. By being multitasking, you'll lack concentration on one single topic. That reduces the overall efficiency of the task. And this is an episode from the Swayamvar. When Arjuna went to Swayamvar, this time the shooting skills, the skills required to shoot the target are way more higher. It is lot more difficult problem now. The problem is actually the previous case here he wants to shoot a stationary bird, a fixed target. But here the target is moving, and you should shoot the target while seeing its reflection. It's much more harder in archery skills. You need the topmost archer, and you should need a lot of practice and lot more skills to do that. The only way that can be done is by practice. From the early age, Arjuna was trained with Dronacharya in a lot more ways because he earned the respect from his teacher, and by showing him respect. So practice. You can think like JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Here JEE Mains, there is 2 levels to crack into IIT. There is JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. JEE Mains, it must be cleared. It will filter out large population from among like 17 or 18 lakhs people. And then this JEE Advanced, by very, very few people. And it requires a lot of practice to do that. In order to achieve skills and practice, the main thing you should have is the time. You should maintain time and control. Uncontrolled mind. Today, kids, in order to do a task, you should focus on it. If you spend all your time in games and what's not, everything you'll spend in this thing, in mobile phones, the future is in your hands. You should control your future. That means you should control your time. Now the time you control will give good future. And main thing, if you have a job in your hand, you should do it first, and then after you can use this time to your relaxation. But always relaxation is not. One second. The benefits of having
Guys, wait. We are talking here about controlled and uncontrolled mind, and most of the people here who are scribbling are uncontrolled mind. So please stop, because like this is the first time me and Prashant are giving a speech, and we're seeing the lines on the screen, and we're not able to say what we want to say. So if you want us to give our maximum potential to you and help you get into IIT properly, please don't scribble, because it's really distracting. Okay? Yeah. Thanks.
Really, please. In order to have a properly controlled mind, you should smartly control your activities so that you can do a task one at a time. And see, you cannot do your homework watching TV, right? You cannot focus on your homework, what's given. Then the homework has no meaning if it is not put into a proper concentration. If all your concentration goes to simpler and relaxation things. So better do homework or any kind of work which will give potential reward in future first, and then the relaxation terms afterwards. That will brings out a regulated life. Importance of regulation. Regulated life. You should have everything properly planned before execution. In order to regulate or something, to maintain focus on something, meditation is the key thing. If meditation is nothing.
Hello, Prashant.
Yes.
Yeah, Prashant, I will share this PPT. I also have. Can you just stop sharing, and then we can disable this option also? Like all these people are making some drawings now. I'll do that.
Okay. Yes.
So you just stop sharing. I'll share. Thank you, Prashant. Yeah, Prashant, now you can go ahead. Yeah, Prashant, now you can, I'll unmute you. Sorry. Yeah, now you can go ahead, Prashant.
Sir,
yeah, don't worry, I'll take care of this annotation now.
Sir, presentation.
Yeah, I'm sharing, isn't?
No, sir, I cannot control it.
Okay. Yeah, you cannot control. No problem. We'll go ahead. I'll control from my side.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Open the presentation.
Yeah, okay.
Slideshow.
Yeah, I'm opening. Are you able to see now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Prashant, you can
Next
go ahead.
slide, please. Next slide. In Bhagavad Gita, they say the importance of regulation by a sloka.
But then he has to again off project. He has the
युक्त हर विहारस्य युक्त शेतस्य कर्मसु युक्त स्वप्नवबोधस्य योगा भवति दुःखः. It's a, the meaning of it is who has regulated his habits in eating, sleeping and recreation and work can eliminate all the material pains. Which means if you have a structured and proper life, then you have eliminated all the material problems in your life. Like procrastination and being delayed or submitting your work late, that will all be eliminated if you have a proper structured life. That all it means is that. And there's also saying that early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. And you can see there's also a study which was conducted, and they said that the most effective hours of sleeping are between 10 to 2. And after that, how much ever you sleep, the quality of time, quality of sleep you get is not that much. So the quality sleep you get only from 10 to 2. So sleep early and wake up early. The morning hours are really fantastic. I was practicing it from a while now. I'm waking up early and I can see that the morning hours are completely peaceful. You need not to do your daily chores. And the famous analogy for this is, you can see, suppose if you want to travel from Kukatpally to Abids in the morning, 5 a.m. time, you can see the traffic, how it will be. Okay, if you want to travel from Kukatpally to Abids in morning 5 a.m. and evening 5 a.m., when can you travel fastest? Obviously, it's morning 5 a.m. because due to less traffic. Similarly, our brain too gets accustomed and stacked up with lot of activities in the day-to-day life when you progress in day. In the early hours, you have little work to do, and you can add on lot many knowledge beyond your potential, which you think generally. You can add lot more knowledge to it. Your bucket, see a filled bucket, you cannot add much more water to it. If a bucket is empty, then you can add water to it, or any think your brain has some empty bucket and a filled bucket, which is easier to fill. You think yourself. Early mornings are keep your mind empty and calm. Then you can add what you can do, whatever you want. You can meditate or not whatever. The things you find difficult in doing in day-to-day life, like in a normal day, in daytime. Next slide. Now Amish will continue about failures. He'll talk about failures. What is failure?
Yeah, hello. So, okay, are you guys worried about failure? Are you worried about failing? Because, yeah, everyone actually does worry about failing. We don't want to fail in our life. We don't want to fail in a test. We don't want to fail in a game. But have you ever failed in real life? So, yeah, I wanted to play a match. I lost the game. But that is not the end, right? So, there's always something after a failure. So, remember that failure is not the end. And as we all know, this is like this becomes cringy now, but failure is a stepping stone to success, and that's really true. Because I came from the bottom. I told you before, I am an average student, so I failed many times. Okay, when I joined in Chaitanya in 8th class, I was the last ranker almost. I was in the last 5, but I never gave up. I kept on trying, and I was getting inspired from my other friends. So yeah, so failure is not permanent. So nothing is permanent actually. Even success is not permanent unless we put more effort. And failure is also not permanent. And yeah, there's a quote, there's a full form of failure. It's not official, but you can remember it. Failure is the first attempt in learning. So yeah, the first time you learn, obviously you're going to fail. Or if you're good, you don't fail. That's great. But even if you fail, don't feel bad. You can keep trying. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a story now. Okay, next slide. Yeah, so this is a quote by the Swami. Every failure contains the seed of success, and that's really true because you learn from your failures. Please learn from your failures, okay? Yeah, so okay, do you know who Thomas Alva Edison is? You can type it and send it. Yeah, right. So he's the best example for failure because he's the one who built the bulb, and the bulb he failed almost 1,000 times, but still he kept on trying because he didn't want to give up. And some people ask him, how could you try those many times even though you're failing? He was like, this. He was like, you think that I failed 1,000 times, but I found 1,000 ways to not create the bulb. And yeah, so that's what he did. But this story is different. Okay, he already faced a lot of failure in the creation of the bulb when he was big. But this is another story. Yeah, go to the next slide. Yeah, so this is about his mother. Okay, can you go back? Okay, yeah, this is about his mother. Okay, so do you know this story? Does anyone know? So yeah, when Edison was small, he was going to school as a normal kid like us, but one day he got a letter from his teachers and he gave it to his mother. Then while his mother was reading it, he asked his mother, Mom, what is the letter? Then what his mother replied was, yeah, this letter is about you. It's saying that you're too smart for school. You don't need to learn in any school. So yeah, he's like, you're too smart for school, so I'm going to teach you at home because you're too smart and your teachers are not that smart. Then he felt very happy, and his mom also was very happy, and he continued learning at home. And after that, he put a lot of effort in, and got interest into science, and he became a great scientist. But after many years, and after his mom passed away, he was going to the archives. So he was going through all the envelopes and stuff. Then he found a letter, and the letter contained the stamp of his school. Then he realized that, oh, okay, fine. This letter is from my school, and I gave it to my mom, right? Then he opened it and he realized that. Then he started crying after reading the letter. So what the letter said was, yeah, the teachers were saying that he's too dumb to learn and he doesn't deserve to go to school also. But his mom didn't say that to him, and because that he was able to come to this position. So yeah, this is a true story. It's not actually made up. So what we want to tell here is, there's nothing called permanent failure. Okay, you can keep on learning and you'll never be a failure. Okay, if someone says you're a failure, that's not true because he's one of the greatest scientists, and if he wasn't here, I'm not sure we would have these lights, or maybe someone else would have done it. But yeah, he was the one who got it to us. So yeah, failure is really the stepping stone to success, and it's not something which is permanent. We can avoid it. So yeah, that's what the story wants to tell us, and I hope you learn that even though you're a failure now, you'll not always be a failure. And from my example also, I was a failure in the start, but now I'm proud to say I'm not. So yeah, the next slide. Yeah, so this diagram, I know everyone knows what this is. This is a caterpillar going from its egg to a butterfly, and it's a highly struggle. Like it undergoes a lot of struggle in this process because one, it needs to eat a lot to become into a big caterpillar. Then it has to go into its cocoon, and while building its cocoon, it has to stay inside the cocoon, and it has to make its muscles stronger and completely evolve from a small caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly. And the process is really difficult, and there's a lot of struggle in the process. And afterwards, you can see the outcome, right? It's a beautiful butterfly. So in our lives also, this is the proper age to struggle, See, after the caterpillar becomes old, it says, I want to become a butterfly. I don't think it can. So it's similar to us. If this is the right age to do anything, because this is where your life will take a turn. Okay. So yeah, that's it. So our life is also like that, and we'll become into beautiful butterflies if we struggle more, and we should take a lot of effort. Yeah. Okay, next slide. So yeah, there's a woman called Wilma Rudolph, and when she was young, she was handicapped. So doctors were like, she can't even take a step on the floor because her legs will crack. But she loved running. She wanted to run from a very young age, and people were like, we can't do anything, and it's very tough. So then she didn't give up. She kept on trying. And one time there was a school running race, and she participated in it, and everyone tried making fun of her. She ran, but guess what happened? She came last because she wasn't ready. But still, she didn't give up. She kept on trying, and finally, she got multiple gold medals in Olympics. So yeah, that's great, right? Because see, if you feel you can do it, and doing it is different, and you know you can do it because your leg is broken, and still you can do it means yeah, that's great. So yeah, you can learn from many people around us, and Wilma Rudolph is one of a great inspiration for all of us. And yeah, okay, next. Yeah, she won 3 gold medals. Yeah, yeah. So discipline. See, parents, teachers, and we, the seniors, we try to give you a lot of discipline. We try telling you what is right. Wake up in the morning and stuff. But it's up to you to follow it. Okay, we can take the horse to the river, but we can't make the horse drink the water, right? Yeah. So please listen to your parents and teachers. They are trying to do it for your best. And there's another video which we think we're going to show you. No? Yeah. So yeah, the video is going to be played as an example.
Next one more slide. The previous one, sir. Yeah.
Hard working 7-letter word is success, nahi? To get success, tremendous hard work is needed, tremendous determination is needed, tremendous patience is needed, tremendous knowledge is needed. और आजकल के लड़कों को तो वो knowledge भी नहीं होता है. एक स्कूल में एक टीचर ने, हिस्ट्री टीचर ने एक लड़के से पूछा, बेटा in which battle did Tipu Sultan die? The guy said in his last battle. Idiot. उसको पूछा, where it was the Declaration of Independence signed? At the bottom of the page. When was Gandhiji born? On his birthday. In which state does Ganga flow? Liquid state. If you have 6 mangoes and you have to distribute among 20 people, how will you do it? I'll make mango milkshake. और सबको थोड़ा-थोड़ा देगा बोल रहा है. To get success, you need to have a lot of patience, and we will fail. When you want to achieve success in your career, in your academics, in your business, in your profession, we will fail. And that's the example of the giraffe. When the baby giraffe is born, falls from such a high distance straight on the ground, the mother positions herself right above the baby giraffe. And guess what she does first? Gives it a hard kick. बच्चे का जन्म होता है और माँ आके खाट से लात मारती है. तो बच्चा समझता नहीं, अभी तो आया है जिंदगी में, मतलब लात मारे, कौन लात मारा, लात का मतलब क्या है मालूम नहीं उसको, अचानक एक झटका मिलता है उसको. So as it just coming out of that impact, झटका, the mother gives a bad second harder kick. Now the guy understands. अगर मैं कुछ किया नहीं, तो ये चलता रहेगा सिलसिला. So this baby giraffe starts getting up on its wobbly legs, you know, on its wobbly legs. And as the baby giraffe gets up on the wobbly leg, थोड़ा खड़ा होकर, खड़ा होना सीखा ना, फैड एक और लात मारती है माँ. फिर गिर के he gets up and starts running. And then the mother giraffe goes, hugs the baby and starts kissing the baby. You know why? Because the baby giraffe's flesh is very soft and supple, and hyenas and lions love it. The mother knows that I can't be with the baby giraffe all the time. I have to go and get food for the baby. How would I protect it? इसलिए पहले ये ऐसी लात मारो कि ये उठना सीखे, और फिर जैसे थोड़ा उठा ना, तो एक और लात मारो तो याद रहे और फिर उठना सीखे. जिंदगी भी माँ मदर जिराफ जैसी है, कई बार लात मारती है. We fail, we should get up, and we'll fail again. We should get up, and like I always say, don't just go through life, grow through life.
Yes, such
Yeah,
a famous lesson.
yeah, so the video, you can understand it. Our parents, they might be scolding us, they might be strict, but they're doing it for our own good. That's what we can see here. And see, we are sharing a lot of knowledge with you guys, but you might be inspired for now and read for till tonight and again forget it the next day. So please try getting this motivation from yourself. And there's another quote, like an egg, right? The chick comes from inside the egg, and if you try to crack the egg from outside, the chick is going to die. So if motivation comes, it must come from inside. So we are trying to guide you to your motivation. So try being motivated by yourself, spend some time with yourself, and this is the best time. This is quarantine, right? So I don't know when it's going to be gone, but yeah, put a lot of effort and just just study. Okay, so now Prashant is going to continue and he's going to say a summary of this class. Yeah, Prashant.
Yeah, we have learned from competence the art of concentration through the story of Arjuna, and importance of regulation. By a regulated life, we can do all the tasks. Multitasking is not a good option, and waking up early and going to bed early. Failures should not be taken as failures. It's not an end. It's just a stepping stone. As the Prabhuji said, not just go through life, grow through life. It's an important quote. And the power of determination from Wilma Rudolph. How she never gave up. The never gave up attitude we learned from Thomas Alva Edison. His mother gave such a confidence that he never gave up in his life, even though he didn't know. The power of determination from Wilma Rudolph. She wants to run. And the running, even though the doctor said she can't even step a foot, but she showed them they were wrong by getting 3 gold medals for her country. Thank you. Now, our Gajendra sir will continue.
Actually, one more minute, Prashant. So there's 5 more minutes for us. So if you have any doubts, you can ask us.
Yeah.
And 5 more minutes. Okay, we'll just try to clarify it as quickly as possible, and we'll request Gajannath sir to continue after we're done. So any doubts? You can just talk. Okay, that's better because it's hard reading the whole thing. Take turns and talk. Hey, sure. I got some chats before. Okay, Prasad, I think you have a doubt. So, which class are you in? Hello, Prasad. You're in 9th class. So, your results didn't come yet, right? So, don't worry about your results because they're not what is important. Just try studying and the results, they'll follow, okay? And because see, after you come to 12th class, after you finish your IIT mains and advanced, and after you get into a good college, the marks are not what matters. What you learned matters. And they keep improving on what you learned. So if you learn properly, afterwards, you can go into much better positions. And now the marks, it's quarantine period and there's like lockdown and there's coronavirus. So even though you get less marks, don't worry, feel sad, don't take pressure. It doesn't matter, okay? Just be cool. And yeah.
And one thing, Amar.
Yeah.
If you really hate some subject, or if you don't like that subject and you keep on getting less marks in one subject, it's not about you hate that subject. Learn to love that subject. The more you love the subject, the marks will follow automatically. Like if you don't like a subject, maybe because it's too hard or something, the lecturer is not, you're not understanding the teacher properly, then go interact with him. After this period, now it's not practical, but ask some of your family or relatives, or we can not now. You can ask your family members or relatives if anyone of them are really into that subject. You can improve that subject that way.
Yeah, okay, fine. I think the time is almost over. You can have my number if you want. You can contact me on WhatsApp or you can send me a message, okay? You can note it down. Are you noting it down? Okay, fine. Write it. So 99598 22444. Okay. 99598 22444. Okay. You can always text me. I'm free now. We have holidays, so if you have any other problem, you can contact us. Okay. You got the number? Okay, I'll repeat it again.
Amarsh,
Nine
put that
nine.
in chat.
Okay,
Put that
chat
in chat
Prashant.
for everyone.
Okay, I'll put it in chat. Now Prashant is going to conclude it, and yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now Gajendranath sir will talk about the other two C's. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amarsh and Prashant, for your valuable time and valuable instructions and motivation. So, uh, they are very smart kids. They had explained you nicely about competence, how they practiced their life to get such a success. They were in AI. AI is considered to be the best branch at IIT Hyderabad, and all the smart boys who crack the JE, they are the first people. They are the people who take AI. So they must be got the JE rank below 500, I'm sure. So thank you for your valuable time and guidance. Now, they have spoken elaborately about competence. So I would like to cover about two other aspects, which are character and culture, which are very essential to make successful career, a successful life, and a happy individual. So can you please kindly go to the next slide? Okay, character. So let's try to discuss more details about the character. In general, we think in our life, we have just competence that is enough. Correct now? If you get a success, that's enough. So generally through competence, what do you get? You can get a seat in IIT. Then you can get a nice job, highly paid job. You can buy a nice building. You can have a good laptop, good car. You can have everything. But can somebody be happy just having all these material possessions is the question. If that is so, if you see United States of America or you take Japan, these are the countries you go, they're technologically they're very advanced and they have a lot of skills based on competence. But if you see what we learn from the history is that, and also from daily newspaper, that a lot of people in America and Japan commit suicide. Although they are materially advanced, they have a great competence. That is not just enough to make someone happy, right? It means something more we have to add into it. That is character. And next C is the culture. So can you please go to the next slide? Okay. So what you see here is a high-rise tower, right? Now, in general, whenever we see a building with 200 or 300 floors or 100 floors or 20 floors, we never speak about the foundation. We only say, wow, such a great building, we say, correct? But what we have to understand is, if you want to go higher and higher and higher, then we should have a strong foundation, correct? If I construct 100 floor building and my foundation is not deep and it is based on the sand, then the building will simply collapse, correct? But if I make the building of 100 floors with a strong foundation which is deep and made with strong stones, then the building will never collapse. Even there is a great storm, the building will never collapse. But if the building is not made with a strong foundation and it's deep, then the building will collapse with even with a small storm. So similarly, character is something which helps us to become stronger And every one of us, we get failures in life, right? It's not that always success is there in our diary or in our dictionary. Failure is also there. It means we should learn how to become uh, tolerant to all these reversals, and we should not become disappointed even we get these reversals in our life. So that is something which is important. That depends upon the character. Can you please move to the next slide? Okay. Now you see another thing. What you see on the screen is a tree. Now, whenever you go to a mango tree, or then you see a lot of mangoes, right? You never, you are never asked about the roots of a tree. Am I correct? Where are the roots? How deep are they? How important they are? We never ask. We only see how many mangoes are there and how tasty they are and what type of mango is this. So, but what we have to understand is whole mango tree has grown so high and so strong, and it is getting nourished from the roots, right? So the roots of a tree are very important. Similarly, character for a person is like roots of a tree. If the character is good, how high he may go, he will never fall, right? And also, it's important to know that if you take a tree and you cut all the leaves, branches and twigs, if the roots are intact, whenever rain falls and all the leaves, branches will come. You must have observed from your childhood, right? So similarly, if we have a character, whether we have a success or failure, we may be very skilled or not skilled, but we'll never be shaken in our life. We can completely regrow ourselves and become successful. Thank you. Kindly go to next slide. Okay. So in similarly, what we have to understand in our life is we should have a right attitude always. Many times we think that right attitude means always getting success. Whenever I get success, I'll become very happy. Whenever I get a failure, then I become very demotivated. But we should have a right attitude towards our life. And certainly, the right attitude helps you to grow. Even you get success or failure, you are always able to take that success or failure. Now you see so many celebrities are committing suicide because they can neither tolerate the success nor tolerate the failure. But we can do it by cultivating the right attitude in our life. Okay, can you go to the next slide, please? So there is a video there. If there is a video, I may kindly play it. Okay, thank you for watching the video. So what we learned from this video is that they all had a right attitude. So you want to go further ahead or? Okay. Yeah. So they all had a right attitude. Although they had, if you see, their background didn't seem great, but they were all successful later because they had a strong heart. They didn't have a weak heart. They could take all the failures or race or whatever background they had. They were always had a strong roots. That's why they could become successful, not just winning elections or anything, but they made the nations great nations. So kindly go to next slide. Okay, so what we learned from this is uh, for our growth and also for building a strong character, what all it depends upon is our thoughts. For example, watch your thoughts. Can you press one space bar? Yeah. So they become your words. Can you press space bar? Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. See, this boy is drinking. It all started from where? Wrong thought process. Similarly, watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So I repeat, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So you see, that person is being carried to the graveyard. So what we have to understand is that everything starts from what we watch, right? What scripts we take, the books we read, the music we hear, the friends we have, the movies we watch, all actually defines what we are going to talk with others. And when we keep on talking the same thing repeatedly, that becomes a regular action. When you do that action again and again, then it becomes a habit. Then if we cultivate good habits, we get a strong character. If we cultivate bad habits, we get a weak character. So that defines our destiny. See, one boy is got a wrong thoughts, he has become a drunkard and he's been completely spoiled. So go to the next slide. So the next thing is culture. So you learn the competence and character now. So competence are the skills. For example, you go to the school and learn maths, physics, chemistry, social sciences, later becomes engineer, doctor, or whatever it is. That is like competence. But character and culture are like, as I was telling you, they are like a strong foundation. How you are going to use. What is your attitude towards using that skill what you got, right? Yeah, please go ahead. So culture is the one which is very important, which actually helps somebody to build strong character and also helps in becoming good at competence, right? So as a part of the culture, one will have attitudes, beliefs, languages, customs, religion, food. These are all, right? Every place you go, there is a different culture. But if you see our Indian culture, which is very, very strong, our culture is based on the strong value system. Any person who grows in Indian system, he naturally gets respect towards girls and mother or elderly parents. So our culture is such that we naturally imbibe to become strong in our character. And also when we have a strong character and culture, it, based on the competent skills, we always use those competent skills in a right way. So kindly go ahead. Please go ahead. Slide change. Okay. So if you see, all the religious scriptures are the foundation for any culture to grow. Right? Similarly, if you see in the Quran, it is repeated multiple times that you are the best nation that has been raised up for mankind. You enjoin right conduct, forbid evil, and believe in Allah. So it's saying that we should should always have a strong and good character, and we should always have a faith on the Supreme Lord. Yeah, go ahead. Next slide, please. Yeah. So if you see, if you take Ramayana, if you have heard from your parents or from your grandparents about the Ramayana. In the Ramayana, we have two characters. One is Rama, another is Ravan. Ravan, if you see, he has a strong competence, but if you see, his character and his culture was very, very bad. So, but that's why he was miserable. What was the bad character? He has actually stolen, taken away the mother Sita, who is the wife of someone else, and also used to create a lot of disturbance in the society. So that's why, although Ravana was a great fighter, he could conquer the whole world, but he was always miserable because he was not satisfied with what he had, and he was creating a lot disturbance in the society. But if you please go ahead. But if you see Lord Rama, who has set a good exemplary character, then he destroyed or he killed the Ravana and got the peace in the world. So, although somebody has a good competence skills, for example, you see Adolf Hitler, or there are so many people in the history, they had a strong competence, but they don't have a strong character and culture. That's why they were completely ruined in their life. Please go ahead. Next slide. And also, if you see the Titanic ship, you all heard, right? If you take the Titanic ship is when they made this Titanic ship, they said that nobody can sink this ship, not even the God. They had no faith on the higher power. When the ship actually started sailing, there was a news article, you can see that over 1,500 people sank to the death. So, although we may have a great competence, we should never become proud. We should always understand that success and failure are the part of the life. But how do we understand when we don't have a right attitude, right character, and when this is not being taught as a part of our culture, right? That's why every culture teaches kids to become strong in their moral values and how to deal with success and failure at the same time. That's why whenever we go and ask blessings, our parents always give two blessings, Vidya and Vinaya. Vidya means you become good at competence. Vinaya means you always be humble. Don't be proud with little success you got. Like that. And they always teach that, may Lord protect you. Have a faith on the Lord. Like that, they always give us the blessings. So we can clearly see from this Titanic ship that although they made a big ship, they were very proud. They had no faith on the Lord. And when they launched, it completely made so many people to sank to the death. Please go ahead to the next slide. Yeah. If you cannot control your mind, if you can control your mind, you can control your life. Other way also it's true. If you cannot control your mind, you cannot control your life. That's why controlling means mind means what? When you want to read, study your college, school books, you should be in a position to sit and read. When you want to watch a TV for a particular program, you should watch for a certain time and come back and again study. When you are about, you have to sleep, then you have to sleep. When you have to get up, you have to get up. But your mind will say so many things. When I'm reading, it will say go and watch TV. When I'm watching TV, mind will say go and read. So that's why if you have a control on the mind, we can certainly become a strong person by which we can actually get success. Yeah, please go ahead. Next slide. Yeah, there is a saying, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. Yeah, please go ahead. So what are the practical ways to control the distracted mind? So the best way to control the distracted mind is through the spiritual practices. That's also explained by Prashant and in the previous talk, other boy. So very powerful spiritual method is to strengthen our intelligence is, you go ahead, next slide, is to read the holy scriptures, like Bhagavad Gita shlokas you can learn, or if you are following Christianity, you can learn from Bible, or if you are following Islamic religion, you can learn from Quran. Whenever we read from these books, actually our mind becomes stronger and our intelligence becomes sharper. Please go ahead. Yeah. So see what Mahatma Gandhi is telling. He says that when doubts haunt me, when disappointments stare me in the face, and I see not one ray of hope on the horizon, I turn to Bhagavad Gita and find a verse comfort me, and I immediately began to smile in the midst of overwhelming sorrow. See, so Mahatma Gandhi, the father of nation, is telling that whenever he had a difficulty in his life and he sees that there is no way I can get a success or I cannot see end of this problem, then immediately he used to open a Bhagavad Gita and read one shloka from it. From any place he used to read a shloka, he used to get some direction what he can do next step, and he used to get a great satisfaction in his heart and also see I can go in this route. He was able to find a path. Yeah, please go ahead. Next slide, please. The man who does not read good books has no advantage over the man who cannot read them. So many times we think I'm reading something. First you see what you are reading. You are always reading. If those are not the books which help you to grow you internally, then there is no use of those books. It's better to not read them than reading them. Yeah, please go ahead. Next slide. With strong intelligence, we can say a big, strong no to the bad habits and thus be happy. I think it's clear. So we should have a strong intelligence and strong mind. How do we get strong intelligence and strong mind? By reading the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Bible. Scriptures like that, when we read, our intelligence and the mind becomes very strong. Okay, please go ahead. Next slide. So, how do we control our mind and intelligence as given in the Bhagavad Gita is the practice is the meditation. So the best practice of meditation is mantra meditation, where we say the holy name of the Lord, we pronounce that name and we hear it through our ears and we focus on that sound. This type of meditation is very useful to control our mind and sharpen our intelligence. So can you press next space bar? Yeah. So all of us has a brainwave frequency, right? So please go back. Yeah. So can you show that part of the slide? Yeah. So the brainwave frequency as measured in cycles per second. So you can see that there is a sleepy zone, drowsiness zone, and there is active zone, there is a hyperactive zone. But the person who is doing mantra meditation, he is in the most stable zone where all of our body is in complete relaxed alert zone. In that relaxed alert zone, our blood pressure and our mind, our intelligence, everything is under our control, and you can measure your ECG or any important parameter of the body. They are all under very well control. So if you read Bhagavad Gita and you learn that applying chanting or doing mantra meditation helps a person to actually sharpen his intelligence and control his mind. That is the bottom line. So we'll also teach you how to do the mantra meditation in the future classes. But the process is simple. You have to say mantra and hear it attentively. Then automatically your mind becomes controlled and your intelligence becomes sharp. Yeah, please go ahead. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. So Lord Krishna actually told to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, please surrender unto me. By doing so, one can become free from all sufferings, ultimately attain the spiritual world. Okay, go ahead, next point. Space bar, please. Yeah. So you know that in the Bhagavad Gita, after the discussion between Arjuna and Krishna, Sanjay actually tells that Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Pardo Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So what it means is that a Krishna, if somebody wherever there is a Krishna and Arjuna, there the highest morality is maintained, highest success is guaranteed, and highest joy is actually guaranteed. So you want to be successful, you should take the side of Krishna. That's the bottom line. And wherever there is a Krishna and his devotee, automatically success is guaranteed. Now you can easily learn from Kurukshetra war that the Pandavas are only 5, but Kauravas were 100. But who won the battlefield? Pandavas won because they know how to follow the dharma. So and Krishna helped them, gave them the right knowledge, then they could win because they took the shelter of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. They were victorious and they were successful and they were happy. Please go ahead. Does anyone who follows in the footsteps of Krishna, Arjuna, by taking the path of by following the instructions of Krishna, you will become successful and happy. So no God, no peace, no God, no peace. You can clearly see that. If we don't add that aspect of life, that I every day get up, I pray to the Lord, I do this mantra meditation sometime, then it will certainly help you. It will bring you a great peace. That's why yoga and meditation is practiced across the globe right now. Right? So my strong suggestion to you is you can every day attend more classes in future with us. We'll teach you how to do mantra meditation in detail. And also you can read Bhagavad Gita, learn these skills, and you can control your mind, you can sharpen your intelligence. So thank you very much. I think that's the end of this slideshow. Please go ahead, next slide. Yeah. Yeah. So as we were telling, we have 3 C's: competence, character, and the culture. So competence means having the skills. Culture and character will help you how to use that competence skills, that competence, so that you become happy and you give happiness to others rather than creating mess around the world. So please go next slide. Yeah. So I would like to announce some things here. Now today you learned competence, character, and culture, how they are really useful somebody to become very strong, right? And whether you get success or failure doesn't matter, but you become strong so that you can actually face the challenges of the world, right? How do we get that? That can be learned very well from this value education contest. Actually, we wanted to conduct value education contest where you will be given book Bhagavad Gita along with a supplementary material. So that supplementary material is based on competence, culture, and character. These 3 aspects are covered, taking the shlokas and reference from the Bhagavad Gita. So when you read this, you can apply whatever principles. You only learn very small fraction of what is there in that book. So you can learn those things. And in general, when somebody says just learn it, we learn and we forget. So what is the best way? The best way is whenever we write an exam, then we study more seriously. When we study more seriously, that sinks into our heart, our head. When it sinks into our head, we also start applying them. And in general, we never study without any prize. That's why we also added very valuable prizes. So we are going to, you all please register next week. Next week, please kindly all of you register with us. Then they will post you on your WhatsApp or whatever it is. They'll contact you through WhatsApp. I think the number is given here. Then you can participate in this value education contest. So this contest will help you to build character, competence, and culture, as I was telling you. What do you get? You get basically Bhagavad Gita and a supplementary material, and also a certificate, e-certificate also you will get. Then at the end of the day, you will get actually prizes. You see, the first prize will be laptop, and second prize will be cycle, and third prize will be smartwatch. So some of you might have participated in past, but you can also tell your friends, your relatives, whoever are the college kids. We are trying to approach all the schools and all the kids. You can take part in it. Then you get a nice prize. Not only prize, you also grow internally. Whether prize comes or not, you don't need to get disappointed because you're going to learn the great skills in life. You're going to build a strong character. So that will help you a lot. So stay tuned. And next week also we have another session. So kindly participate in it. So can you go back? Previous slide. Maybe the host can give more details about it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Gajen sir. Thank you so much. So now here is an amazing announcements for all of you. Those of you who have attended the session. I hope that you liked it. So now next week we have an amazing session by the title An Interview with Corona. So now we see actually outside everyone, they are so much afraid of this virus, Corona. Actually, everyone's is just talking, all the news channels, all the newspapers, everyone is talking about this Corona. So now in our next slide, we will see that uh, yeah, this will be in our next session, an interview with Corona. So now we have Dr. Yuvraj Bhosle, sir. He'll be there with us to address us on this topic. So he is a professor of anatomy and hostel warden. He is MBBS, MS, GNB, DNRM. So actually, so many qualifications are there for sir. So as all of you can see on the poster which I am showing you, it is there next Saturday, that is 4th July, from 6 to 7 p.m. So please note the timings, and the Zoom details will be shared on your WhatsApp. And in case you want to contact, the number is being given 6300568905. On that you can contact.
Okay, thank you very much. So kindly attend the next session and also participate in this value education contest. You are going to learn a lot. Now it's a lockdown. It's a very important time for us to become internally strong and also learn good competence skills from Bhagavad Gita. So kindly participate in it. And I thank you very much for each one of you for joining this session. Please kindly join future sessions, learn something good for your life and practice them and inspire everyone around you. Thank you very much.
Sir, just one more thing.
Yes.
In case like anyone have any questions, they can ask quickly. They have been asking in the chat box. So
is it?
Yeah, so I'll request, I think, if they have right now, or if it is answered, that's fine. They can ask sir right now. And also one very crucial thing is that we have a feedback form. So for all of you, how you liked it, or in case you have any suggestion to improve it. So we are going to post that in a chat box. You can open the link and please fill it. So it's a request from our side because we want to improve to serve all of you. You can do that. So we are just going to post it in a minute. By the time, if you have any questions, you can ask from sir.
Okay, so you may type here and post or whatever way. Okay. Thank you. I don't see. Sir, I want to be an IITian. Yeah, you learn competence, culture, and character. You become a strong individual. You can easily get into IIT. Yeah, I don't see. Okay, one new message. Actually, this is one. Okay, so you can see here.
Yeah, so
you can fill this form. Yes.
Sir?
Yes.
So you told that one will get the prizes, and what should we do in that?
So we'll give you a question paper. You have to solve it and send us the answers. Then you'll get the prize. So that questions are based on the Bhagavad Gita and which covers the aspects like competence, culture, and character.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for staying so long. Shresh, thank you.
Sir, do we have to fill it right now only?
You can fill it later, not immediately, but you copy this link. If you close this chat, the link will go away. So you copy this link and save it with you, and you can do it later also. Or they will post on the WhatsApp group also. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chaitra.
any other questions, they can raise their hand. I will unmute them. So thank you all. We end here. We are very thankful to sir, to Gajen sir, for giving his time to all of us. Now the next session, please remember, it's there next Saturday, evening 6 to 7 p.m. And the details will be shared on your WhatsApp or something like that. Thank
So,
you.
yeah, I am reminding you again, this contest will be very, very useful for all of you. So anything which we get precious in our life, we should share, right? So you also kindly share the same news. Your father or mother has so many WhatsApp groups. You may kindly forward about this contest and many people can join and benefit along with you. Don't think that the competition is increasing. It is actually helps everyone to grow. Finally, we want all society to become happy along with us. Correct? So this contest will certainly help you. Thank you very much. Okay, so we can close the session now. The host can comment.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So now
Thank
we'll
you.
close the session.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you for your time and hosting this program. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.